Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are back with some more Return to Shironagasu Island. Last part, we almost got shot after trying to meet up with Jacob. Somebody planted a note. We got sent to 2 different places, and somebody tried to murder us. We are investigating, of course, the murder of Thomas. Lots of weird stuff going on in the island. If you guys haven't seen the earlier parts of this series, there's a playlist if you want to go watch them. It's picking up steam real fast now, so let's see what's going to happen today. Today has been a succession of strange instances. I didn't expect this to be a relaxing trip, but nothing like this. The message about a traitor, Thomas's murder, Sir Raymond's disappearance, a mysterious assailant, and what secret is hidden on this island. I'm also worried about Aurora, the demon of Shironagasu Island. Could such a thing actually exist? What's going on, and what's about to happen here? Another phone call? That sound is beginning to get on my nerves. Hello? Who is this? Who do you think it is? It's me. Why didn't you answer your phone? I've called you 48 times. Oh, it's just you, Neneko. Are you that stupid? Yo, Akida's so mean to Neneko. It doesn't matter how often you call me. If I'm not in my room, I can't pick up the phone. Are you alright? Were you hurt? Did anyone attack you? I did some calculations. There is an 89% chance that somebody would attack you, and a 31% chance that you would die. Those are quite some impressive calculations. Still, I don't want to scare Neneko, so I won't tell her that I was attacked. No, nothing much happened. I met Jacob and we had a chat. I don't think his information was all that important, though. You sound like you're lying through your teeth. You really weren't attacked? You're just imagining things. Why? Were you worried about me? Don't be stupid. I couldn't care less if you died, but I'd be in trouble if you did. I'd die a solitary death. If you're going to die, do it after we get back home. What a brat. Was she hiding her embarrassment, or did she really mean that? Anyway, I'm glad Neneko is safe. If something would have happened to her... Eek! Eek! The window! At the window! Hey, Neneko, what's going on? Did something happen? At the window? Did she see anything outside? Isn't she like right above our room? I don't think there's anything outside, only the strong wind in the cliffs, but... Ooh, I saw that. Hey, was there just something outside? Or am I just seeing things? Huh? I have a feeling I won't even have to go to Neneko's room. Hang on just a second. At the window, a monster. A monster was looking at me. Whoa, hold your horses. Did you really see that? You weren't just imagining things? I never just imagined things. I know what I saw. It had a slender body, 6 feet tall. It had 4 fingers and long arms, wet skin. It looked like it was half human, half fish. Ugh. Neneko is shaking all over and seems to be scared out of her mind. And she has a photographic memory. It's very unlikely that her mind was playing tricks on her. Could there really be such a monster on this island? No way. Could that have been the demon of Shironagasu Island? Ugh, it could be. The demon. The demon of Shironagasu Island. Yeah, but that's just a stupid story. Akita, are you afraid? That monster was scary. I'm not scared, but I bet you're terrified, huh? No, not at all. I don't care what it was. If it shows up again, I'll just have to knock it out. The general consensus is that those kinds of creatures can't be defeated. Haha, don't push yourself too much, Akita. You're white as a sheet. Your heart is pounding inside your chest. You're probably gonna faint at any moment, right? It's okay, don't be afraid. If you ask me nicely, I just might be kind enough to sleep with you in your room so you can feel safe, scaredy cat. Happy that I'm here, huh? Scaredy cat Akita. No, not really. Huh? I know that you're scared, Akita. You don't have to pretend. Neneko is screaming, on the verge of crying. Okay, that's not... I read the room wrong, huh? She's too scared to sleep alone, but just doesn't want to admit it, obviously. But she's not totally wrong. A lot of things have happened, including Thomas getting killed. So I guess I might be a little afraid. You should have told me sooner. You're such a coward, Akita. I'm at a loss for words. You're a scaredy cat and a useless detective. Aren't you ashamed? Pooping your pants, you crybaby. That's enough. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Let me back in. I'll kill your face, Akita. I won't forgive you. I'm gonna cry really loud. Hey, wait a minute. I swear I won't make fun of you anymore. Somebody help. I'm gonna pee my pants. Open the door already, you idiot. Pushing me outside. Are you trying to kill me? Huh. Now do you know your place? Yes. Good grief. Looks like I'll have to spend the night with this noisy brat. I only want to know one thing. Where am I going to sleep? Of course I will sleep in the bed, and you can sleep on the sofa, right? Whatever. I'm curious, though. This kid is basically a woman. Alright, return to Shironagasu Island. How are we going to handle this here? Because she's your assistant, but she's a lot younger, right? Should she wear something like that when she's alone with a man? This looks more like lingerie than pajamas. Doesn't she consider me to be a man? Or perhaps she just lacks common sense? Probably the latter. Not that I care anyway. Hello? Earth to Ikeda, can I sleep in the bed? Yeah, like I said, whatever. In fact, I should be happy that you want to sleep in the bed. Huh? Hearing someone unreasonable like you say that sounds fishy. Don't you know? The first thing an intruder will do is attack the person sleeping in the bed. That's the most dangerous place to sleep. They say that in high-risk situations, you should use the pillows to make it look as if someone is sleeping in the bed and sleep on the sofa instead. Anyway, if you're attacked, try to scream and shout as loud as you can, alright? While you're being assaulted, I will attack whoever is trying to kill you, so don't worry. I'll put my suitcase in front of the door, so that should buy us a few seconds as well. Nothing to worry about. You can sleep wherever you'd like. I'll be on the sofa. Hey, Ikeda, did anyone ever tell you that you suck as a person? You horrible excuse for a human being? I'll take that as a compliment. Now that my ego has been stroked, why don't we go over everything we know? We should be able to find some clues in some of the small details. Come on, Neneko, show me what you can do as my assistant. I don't really feel like it. About Thomas's murder. Thomas definitely burned to death, but nothing in the surrounding area appears to have been the source of the fire. That's very strange. Did you notice anything? Good job bringing up such unpleasant memories. But you're right, I don't recall anything that could have been the source of the fire. Come to think of it, what, did you remember something? This may sound weird, but the cobblestone paving of the bridge where I lay down, it felt unusually warm. The cobblestones were warm? Wasn't it because the sun was shining on them? I don't think they would become that warm just because of the sunlight. It's strange that they were not freezing cold in those low temperatures and with that wind. Which means, perhaps there was something there that was the source of the fire. The fire that killed Thomas. Someone could have thrown the fire. Thrown the fire at him? You would need a powerful fire to burn something there, which means flammable materials might have been used. Or he might have been on fire for a very long time. But Thomas was only gone for around 23 minutes. He couldn't have been on fire for a long time. Could he have burned to death after someone had doused him with a flammable liquid or something like that? Still, this is rather strange. It's as if a case of spontaneous combustion. It has been suggested that spontaneous combustion may actually be caused by the wick effect, where human body fat acts as a fuel source over a long period of time. This doesn't appear to be the case here, though. The plot thickens. Thomas was found burned to death and the cobblestones were warm. The secret of Shironagasu Island is still hidden. Well, a secret shouldn't be easy to find, obviously. However, I'm a little bit curious about those iron doors. Those cumbersome iron doors with those wheels? They really are weird. They are totally out of place for a guest house. Strange doors in a guest house built on top of a cliff. I'm just guessing here, but could this have been a prison a long time ago? A prison? If so, having those iron doors there would make sense. Come to think of it, there was a small watch window next to that iron door, right? It could have been used to keep an eye on people going to and from the prison. Under normal circumstances, I'd say that you're overthinking things. However, after today's unusual occurrences... But if so, who did they imprison here? I don't know yet, but I don't think it was just a normal prison. If they secretly imprisoned people on an isolated island in the ocean, that's quite sinister. Maybe human experiments? Or human trafficking? That doesn't even sound implausible. The Demon of Shironagasu Island. Neneko, you said you saw it, but does it actually exist? I told you that I saw it, didn't I? There's something really nasty about this island. I bet there are more of those weird creatures living here. There aren't many creatures that can withstand the harsh Aleutian climate. The only creature with 4 limbs that I can imagine coming to this island are sea lions. I just can't imagine. They might have kept it hidden in this mansion, that monster. Come to think of it, I did hear that Sir Raymond was interested in this demon of Shironagasu Island. Does that mean he actually kept one as a pet? So it is kept here somewhere. I don't want to say told you so, but told you so. Okay. For some reason, Thomas was scared of the demon of Shironagasu Island. Why was that? Jacob insisted that it was just a story, and he appeared very calm when he said so. Could it be that Thomas knew the real truth about the demon of Shironagasu Island? There's definitely a creature somewhere on this island. A hidden monster. But if it's all true and Neneko's sighting was real, it means that the creature is on the loose. It might strike at any time. Who knows? It may actually be a friendly monster. Did it look friendly to you? No, not at all. It looked like it would kill anyone. Just thinking about it scares me all over again. The IC card I received from Ada had quarantine written on it. Thomas had a similar card on him. It was a different color, and the level it was for was different as well. I wonder where they could be used. That reminds me, there was a card key reader outside of Sir Raymond's living quarters. I wonder if this card might unlock the door. And was there anything that looked like it could be a hidden door? Perhaps. However, I looked around the main building and didn't see anything like that. The second and third floors looked normal as well. All floors are divided into small rooms, and we're looking for a larger area. Could there be a secret area underground? A secret underground area that could be possible. Come to think of it, Jacob said that he didn't see most of the people who usually work at the mansion. Maybe they're down there? There aren't as many staff members here as usual? Something doesn't feel quite right about that. Sir Raymond is still missing as well. He didn't appear to be in his living quarters either. Where could he be? By the way, what kind of card reader was there at Sir Raymond's door? What type? I think it was a normal magnetic strip card reader. Magnetic stripe? If so, I might be able to unlock it. Neneko Lockpick Extraordinaire. I see. Another one of your special skills, Neneko? Yes, I can help you, as long as it isn't too dangerous. Come to think of it, Thomas's last words were really strange. I'm sure he said something like enigmatic. That's true, he did. Enigmatic? Maybe this is a clue about his killer, but nobody here has a name that sounds like that. Neneko, do you have any brilliant ideas? Well, this is only a guess, but I think he wanted to say, prepare ringer solution for debridement of the necrotic tissue. Huh? What's that? Ringer solution is an intravenous solution used intravenously when a lot of bodily fluid is lost because of burn wounds. Debridement is a surgical method of excising necrotic tissue. These are basic surgical treatments methods performed when there's a large number of burns. I see. Thomas could have been trying to say that. But how could he have known such medical terms? Do regular people use those words? No, wait. When we were in the hall, Thomas told me that he'd been in New York for academic conferences. Perhaps Thomas was a doctor. That's very likely. He did look like a doctor. So he was a doctor until the very end. Well, we wouldn't have been able to treat him anyway on the island. Right. But wait, what if we're thinking about this the wrong way? What if this island actually has an advanced medical facility, and Thomas knew about them? I haven't seen anything like that. In this mansion, at least. There may be a medical facility hidden somewhere. I'm just speculating, though. We're still talking about this stuff? Let's not talk about that thing. Let's talk about something else. In any case, it must be quite strong. Okay. It looks like we'll have to sneak into Sir Raymond's living quarters to discover the secrets of this mansion. But that sounds quite dangerous. If everything we've heard is true, the mansion staff might try to attack us if we snoop around. Yeah, that might happen. To be honest, it may not be worth it. It's probably better to find out who killed Thomas first. Alright, why don't you see if you can analyze Thomas's card? Sure, but all of my diagnostic programs are on my personal Wanwano? I'll see what I can do when I get back to my room. Personal Wanwan? What are you talking about? It's the name of my beloved laptop. Personal Wanwano. That is very interesting. In any case, see if you can analyze this card with this Wanwan thing of yours. Neneko takes Thomas's card and suddenly jumps up. Hang on, wasn't this card on that burned corpse? I don't want to touch it, take it back. Don't be so narrow-minded. Take one for the team, Neneko. Ugh. Well, it looks like the magnetic stripe is a goner. If the chip is still working, I should be able to analyze it. If I can break the code, I might be able to clone it. Ick. Alright, do it. We might need to use it later on. I'll see what I can do anyway. Even if we know Thomas's background, the murder method remains a mystery. Jacob said that a transparent killer killed Thomas. He appeared to know something about the murder method, but for some reason, he didn't want to go into any details. Huh? Which means that Thomas was killed in an unusual way? What does that even mean? A transparent killer? Transparent. The reason why Jacob doesn't want to talk about it, and the state of Thomas's burns. They appear to be connected. I don't have enough information to go on. I need to hear the testimonies of the others. This is all we know about Thomas's murder at the moment. So, about the demon of Shironagasu Island. What? I just told you. Enough of that about that monster. Are you pestering me? I think I'm gonna cry. Hey, don't be scared. Come to think of it, Aurora said that it was being controlled. What did she mean? Huh? Something felt off when we last spoke. She seemed to know something about the demon of Shironagasu Island. Could there really be a monster like that inside this mansion? Enough about it. Are you trying to make me even more scared than I already am? No more talking about that creature. That's it. No more talking about it. No, your enemy. I hope that the monster won't become our enemy. Are you still going on about that creature? Are you trying to scare me so badly that I won't be able to go to the toilet anymore? I won't let you trick me. I'm going to sleep. Well, it's already late anyway. So where are you going to sleep? On the sofa or in the bed? Are you asking me where I'm going to sleep? Do you even need to ask? Wherever it is the most comfortable, you stupid idiot. Neneko pulls a blanket from the bed, quickly brings it to the sofa. Do you call this comfortable? Of course, I like narrow spaces. Ah, this is so comfortable. All right, I'll turn off the lights. Why do I have to sleep in a place like this? I listened to Neneko's whining for a while, but decide to sleep in the bed. So many things happened today. I hope that tomorrow will be a quiet day. I am doubtful of that. Although that seems highly unlikely. Ikeda, you read my mind. Excuse me? Did we just get nightmare stalked by a demon? Huh? What was that? I was dreaming. It's no longer night. The pale morning light is shining into the room through the windows. The demon of Shironagasu Island. I think this island is messing with my mind. Morning. What is it, Neneko? Are you already awake? I couldn't fall asleep because of your stupid stories. Just so you know, I didn't get up early because I wet myself. I wasn't thinking that at all, but now that you mention it, why do I have a nagging feeling that you actually did wet yourself? Question. After you turned off the lights, did you see anything strange? Anything strange? No, I didn't see anything strange. I did see that monster in my dream, though. I see. Then it's okay. Ikeda just constantly lies to Neneko, and if she's his assistant, you think they would have a good back and forth going. Anyway, I'm glad that we're both still in one piece and get to see another day. How about we go to the dining hall when you're ready? I hope we won't see more dead people today. Don't say such sinister things. Before I forget, give me your room key. That way I can escape here when someone kills you. You really are trying to wind me up, aren't you? Fine, whatever. I give Neneko my key, and we leave the room. Huh? Something's going on in the hallway that leads to the dining hall. I see Akira and Giselle, real as well. Do you think someone else was killed? Doesn't look like that. Oh, good morning, Mr. Detective. Hi, Akira. Did something happen? Can't you see? Someone played a prank on us. A prank? The painting and the walls have been covered with blood. I see. A rather provocative prank, isn't it? Some red stuff that appears to be blood has been smeared onto the painting and the walls. I can see handprints on the wall, but 4-fingered handprints. That's strange. What do you think, Detective? What does your intuition tell you? I dip my fingers into the blood and smell it. Judging from the smell, it appears to be real blood. It could be the blood of a bird or a pig. Are you really suggesting that someone brought pig blood to this solitary island just to play a prank like this on us? Is your intuition taking the day off? That brat. She showed her true colors as soon as she found out I was a detective. You have a point. I don't think any birds are bred for food in this mansion either. We can't discard the possibility that it is wild bird blood, but judging from the amount of blood, it could very well be human. Human blood, like yesterday. Thomas's body is kept in an outside warehouse, so it would be possible to access it. However, it would take a lot of time to extract blood from a burnt corpse. From a medical perspective, what do you think, Real? Well, The blood pressure disappears in a corpse, so I don't think you can retrieve any blood using normal blood collection methods. You could extract the blood with a long needle, but I see. However, would anyone take such a risk only for such a bad prank? They would be immediately spotted, and this must have taken a long time. A special tool would also be required to extract blood. A special tool. Akira looks at Real suspiciously. What? Don't tell me that you suspect me of this. I wouldn't do anything like this. But you're the only one who seems to have that special tool. Of course, this raises suspicion. Come on, calm down. Now is not the time to quarrel. Whatever. So what are you going to do about this blood? You're not going to leave it like this, are you? It still has fingerprints and palm prints on it. Unfortunately, the crime scene will have to be left untouched until the police arrive. Ew, that's disgusting. This is going to be like a mansion of horrors by the time the police get here in like a week. Dead bodies everywhere. I can't have any filth around me. Everything needs to be speckless. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. But it's strange. Why did the culprit leave something behind that could be used as a clue? Also, this handprint. Does it really belong to whoever did this? What do you think, Neneko? Don't talk to me all of a sudden. I can't speak in front of people. I feel sick to my stomach when I see this painting, so I'm just going to head to the dining hall. I'm a little bit dizzy. Neneko slips into the hall with an unsteady gait. Oh yes, I wanted to ask everyone about this. This painting is apparently a depiction of the demon of Shironagasu Island. Do you know anything about that? Demon? No wonder this painting is so horrible. A demon? No, I don't know anything about that. Sorry, I don't know anything either. Giselle, who apparently was standing right behind me, suddenly speaks. I've heard stories somewhere about the monsters that appear on this island, but that's about all I know. I'd like to know more about them, though. Yikes, don't sneak up on me like that. Alright. Oh yes, Akira, Giselle, I'd like to ask you about yesterday's incident. Can I have some of your time after our meal? You want to interrogate us? If you must, I have nothing to hide. Just make it short. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. See you after the meal. I enter the dining hall ahead of Akira and the others, but I don't see Neneko anywhere. I then notice Neneko standing by the bookshelf in the corner. Hey, what are you doing here? Akira. I just noticed that a book was added to this bookshelf. It appears to be a picture book, but the book is strange. It's unpleasant. Someone added a book to it? Neneko hands me the book. It is a very thin picture book with only a few pages. If it hadn't been for Neneko, I would have never noticed this book. The Devil and the Children. The devil screams, blood or flesh, drain the blood, spread out the intestines, satisfying many desires. Hang the corpses of the children, dedicate the corpses to the devil, corpses to create new corpses, and even more corpses. The awakened devil burns a man to death in hellfire. The tragedy has begun. Now kill the adults, driven insane. Burn them to death, chop them up, gouge their eyes out, and pull out their hearts. The devil desires death. The more struggling, the better. The children summon the devil. It won't stop until I've killed everyone. I will kill and die. I only desire death. Death, horrendous death, eternal death. Yes, the nameless children have returned. So a nice upbeat children's picture book. These appear to be child's drawings, but the picture book is frightening. Burns a man to death in hellfire? There are some parallels with our current situation. It reads as if it's a confession of the killer. They likely did not expect it to be found at this point in time. We only happened to discover it because of your abilities. It is not what I expected. So when was this supposed to be found? After this is all over. I think it's meant to be found by the people who will come to clean up this mansion. After we've all been killed. After we've all been killed? Why? To let everyone know the meaning behind our murders. This is meant to show that they weren't accidents or recreational murders. The nameless children have returned. This phrase might mean something. I see Akira and Giselle coming toward us, so I quickly put the book back into the bookshelf. Oh, what are you doing here? Huh? I'm just looking for a good book to pass the time with. Pass the time? I don't think you have that much time to spend, Mr. Detective. What an annoying brat. Really, why is she always following me around? Whatever. Anyway, we sit down at the table to have breakfast. After the meal, I go into the hallway and call Giselle. Giselle, as I mentioned earlier, I would like to ask you a couple of things. That would be acceptable. Where would you like to talk? Not in the hall or the corridor, somewhere away from prying eyes. I do not want to have Akira eavesdropping on Giselle's testimony and talking back. In that case, the communication room will do. It is soundproof, so our talk will remain confidential. Guests don't usually go there, and it's likely not bugged. I understand. I'll see you there. Akira, please wait outside. All right. Hey, Neneko, could you come in here? You can be my human tape recorder. I'm not a tape recorder. But all right, whatever. Let's start then. This shouldn't take too much of your time. First of all, could you tell me about what you did before and after Thomas burned to death? Please explain in detail without omitting anything. All right. I went to the dining hall with a young lady before lunch started at noon. I recall that nothing unusual happened at that time. After you arrived at the dining hall? As I'm asking that question, Neneko pokes my arm. You have to ask her about something. Giselle had gone back to get something, so she arrived in the dining hall later than Akira. Neneko whispers this to me, and I remember it. Right, I almost forgot about that. Keep up the good work, tape recorder. As I can feel daggers shooting out of Neneko's eyes, I ask Giselle again. As I recall, you arrived at the hall later than Akira because you went back to get something, didn't you? What did you go back for? My apologies, I forgot about that. Sure you did, likely story. Just before I arrived at the hall with the young lady, I considered the fact that there would be an important announcement made, so I went back to retrieve my notebook. The young lady arrived first, and I came 10 minutes later. A notebook, huh? So everyone arrived in the hall in the following order. Thomas, Neneko and I, Akira, Giselle. Please think carefully. When you went back to the hall with your notepad, did you notice anything strange about the corridor or the bridge? No, looking back, I don't recall there being anything strange about the corridor or the bridge. Were those iron doors open, or were they closed? I remember that they were open when I was together with the young lady. When I returned from my room, the doors were also open on both sides. I see, the doors were still open when you returned. When we went to the dining hall for lunch, they were closed, although Abby was supposed to have kept them open and locked into place after that. In other words, if your testimony is correct, someone closed the doors after you went to the hall. There must have been a reason for closing the iron doors. Was whoever closed them also Thomas's killer? I'd like to ask you about Shironagasu Island. Any trivial rumor you may have heard is fine, so please tell me if you know anything. Unfortunately, I do not know a lot about Shironagasu Island. I only know that it is an island with first-class facilities that can only be visited by certain people. No, wait a minute. Akira appears to know some things, which means you should have heard some dark stories about the island from her as well, am I right? Giselle remains silent. She obviously knows some things, but she's not talking. For full disclosure, I have heard some stories about the island from the young lady. However, that's all I can say about them. I am duty-bound to keep what I hear confidential. This is an important investigation into a murder case, isn't it? But you still won't tell me? If you want to hear about them, you should ask the young lady herself. However, I cannot guarantee that she will talk to you. Giselle is a hard nut to crack. I don't think we can convince her to tell us about the island's secrets. After you went through the corridor, did you immediately go to the dining hall? Yes, I immediately went to the dining hall. I was there the entire time after that without leaving my seat. I glance at Neneko. She hesitantly nods at me. It appears that Giselle's testimony is true. Thank you, everything is clear. Could you tell me what happened when you discovered Thomas's body? When we left the hall, we walked through the corridor and arrived at the bridge. I remember at that point, both doors, the one on the side of the mansion and the one on the guest room wing, were closed. So when you opened the door on the side of the guest room building, you were the one who discovered Thomas? It was the young lady who felt that something was amiss and discovered Mr. Harrington. I was concentrating on turning the iron door wheel, so I saw him a moment later. Could you tell me how Akira reacted at that time? The young lady initially believed that there was a fire due to the stench and the black smoke coming out the corridor. Shortly after, she discovered Mr. Harrington lying in the aisle, and she appeared to be very shaken. When I noticed there was something unusual in the corridor, I immediately understood the situation and kept the young lady away from the door. The young lady's face became pale, and I was afraid that she could faint at any moment. I remember Akira being very upset at that time. Even a strong-willed girl wouldn't be able to bear such a sight. Weren't you upset seeing the murder scene? I was focused on protecting the young lady, so I really did not pay attention to it. I am required to remain calm under any circumstances to assist the young lady, so I try to control my emotions as much as possible. I see. Thank you. That was very helpful. There are some minor discrepancies in her testimony that differ from Akira's recollection of events, but they don't appear to make much difference. Giselle appears to be able to remain cool under all circumstances with a heart of steel. In any case, I am beginning to understand the situation a little bit better. I think I've heard enough about the murder. I would like to know about her background. This is only for reference. You're in service of the Edgeworth family. Am I correct? Yes, that is correct. To be precise, I am the personal attendant of Miss Akira Edgeworth. Tell me how you entered into the service of the Edgeworth family. Apparently, due to the young lady's strong temper, her previous attendance did not last very long. I was originally an employee in the Edgeworth mansion, but fortunately the young lady took a liking to me and requested me to be her personal assistant. I see. It certainly must be difficult to be able to withstand Akira's temper for very long. It is unusual to see her get on so well with her, but if I consider Giselle's indifferent attitude, the two of them might have compatible personalities. One more question. My apologies if I am prying too much, but your skin color is quite exotic. What is your ancestry? No need to apologize. I'm from England, but my grandmother was from India, so I am a quarter Indian. That's why my skin is slightly dark. I see. India. I learned that India was colonized by the United Kingdom and is also part of the Commonwealth. Alright, I think I've asked what I wanted to hear. There's one thing I'd like to try, though. Thank you very much. You've been a great help. That's all I wanted to ask. You can leave now. I wind up the conversation and tell Giselle to leave when out of the blue I say, "Oh, before I forget, somebody told me that they saw you release the locking mechanisms of the iron doors." What? That I released the door mechanisms? They must be mistaken. I didn't touch the doors. I tried to make up a false testimony to see if she would become flustered, but judging from her reaction, Giselle's testimony certainly appears to be credible. Oh, don't worry about it. The person who told me wasn't quite sure about it. They probably misremembered it. Thank you for your cooperation. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call this an episode here. That book, man, bad tidings for what's going to happen here. Like I said, the police are going to come in a week and it's just going to be dead bodies everywhere. That's what I think is going to happen. I think this game is interesting because it has such a slow build-up, but you can tell things are just getting slowly more horror oriented. And anytime you have like a murder mystery, I'm always intrigued, and I like being in the shoes of the investigator trying to figure stuff out. So looks like we're in chapter 3 now, making some significant progress. I hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far. If you are, consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. I upload content like this every single day, and I will see you back tomorrow with another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.